Hello guys, welcome back to the QST channel. Okay, let's start. A lab technician has 2 pints of diluted acid that he will dispense in identical cylindrical test tubes, each having a radius of 1 inch and height of 4 inches. The technician fills each tube with diluted acid up to 85% of its capacity. Given that 1 pint is about 29 cubic inches, what's the maximum number of test tubes he will be able to prepare? Okay, first of all, he has 2 pints and 1 pint is 28.875, so he ha he has 57.75 cubic inches, and they said that each test tube is 1 inch and has a height of 4 inches and is only filling it to 85%. So let's find the volume in each test tube. Since the cylinder, it will be pi r squared height times 85 over 100. Okay, the radius is 1, so it's 1 squared pi, which is just 1. So pi times the height is 4 times 85 over 100. Do this on the calculator and you will get 10.7 inches cubed. Okay, since each test tube is 10.7 inches, I want to find how many test tubes he can prepare. Just divide 57.75 by 10.7. You will get 5.4. What that means is you're gonna fill 5 test tubes and you're gonna fill zero point 0.4 of a test tube. So you don't care about the zero point 0.4. They want like the test tubes that are fully filled. So 5. That's the answer. So basically you just divide the total volume by the volume in each test tube. Okay, here they give you some sequences and they want you to find their equations or the general form. Okay, let's start with U. U is, it starts with 3, then 12, then 48, then 192. You can see that the common pattern is it keeps getting multiplied by 4. So this is a geometric sequence because you keep multiplying the same number. And the rule for geometric sequence is Gn equals to G1 times R to the power of n minus 1. So let's use this for U. Un equals to, the first term is 3 times the ratio is 12 over 3 or 48 over 12. It's always the next number divided by the first. So 3 times 4 to the power of n minus 1. Okay. Now V. 7, 11, 15, 19. You just keep adding 4. 7 plus 4, 11. 11 plus 4, 15. So this is an arithmetic sequence. And the rule for arithmetic sequence is n equals to a1 plus n minus 1 d. So you do Vn equals to, what's the first term? 7 plus n minus 1. The difference is 4. But look, the form is something n plus something. So you need to distribute the brackets. It's going to be equal to 7 plus 4n minus 4, which so to be 4n plus 3. Okay. Now F, it's not geometric, it's not arithmetic, but you can see the pattern that they keep adding 1 to the numerator and denominator, right? But how do you find the general form? They give you a hint here. They put n plus something over n plus something. So write it Fn equals to n plus over n plus. you can okay, wait, n plus something, n plus something. To know what this number is, let's say we take the first term, this one. So let's say this is equal to 2 over 5. So then n will be 1 because this is the first term, right? So 2 over 5 is equal to 1 plus something over 1 plus something. So you can see that this is equal to 1, since 1 plus 1 is 2, and this one is 4. You can check this with the other ones. You can do 3 over 6 equals to 2 plus something over 2 plus another something. Again, it will be 1 and 4. So that's how you find it. And now Q 5, 12, 25, 44. This is not geometric, you're not multiplying a number, and it's not arithmetic, you're not adding. So when you have a sequence like this, you can't see the pattern immediately. You just find the differences and find the difference of the differences, and then do it over and over again until you get the same number. So 5, 12, 25, 44. 12 minus 5 is 7. Then 25 minus 12 is 13. 44 minus 25 is 19. Then 13 minus 7 6. 19 minus 13 6. We found that the differences are equal, so we stop here. When the second, this is the first difference, this is the second difference. When the second difference is equal, it's quadratic, which means it takes the form an squared plus bn plus c. And there are some rules you need to memorize for the quadratic. The first term is equal to a plus b plus c. The second term is 3a plus b. And the first term is 2a. How will that help us? We're gonna use it to find a, b, and c. So let's start. 2a is equal to 6. So a is equal to 3. Then 3a plus b equals to 7. We know a is 3, so 3 times 3 plus b equals 7. 9 plus b equals 7. So b equals negative 2. Then a plus b plus c equals to 5. So 3 plus negative 2 plus c equals to 5. So we get 1 plus c equals to 5. So c equals to 4. In one equation, it will be 3n squared minus 2n plus 4. There are also rules for cubic sequence, which I think they're gonna post. Actually, I'll just I'll make an example right here for cubic. 6, 11, 3. Okay, imagine you have a sequence like this. You get the differences. It will be 5, 12, 25, 44, then 7, 13, 19, then 6 and 6. So you found that they're equal in the third difference. So it's cubic, which means it will take the form an cubed plus bn squared plus cn plus d. The first one is a plus b plus c plus d. Second one is 7a plus 3b plus c. Third one is 12a plus 2b. And the last one is 6a. Okay, just memorize these rules. Surface area of a right rectangular prism with side lengths 6 and 4, whose height is 10. Okay, surface area of a prism is equal to lateral area plus 2 times the area of the base. Lateral area is the perimeter of the base times the height, so we can just write perimeter of the base times the height plus 2 area of the base. It's a rectangular prism, so the base is a rectangle, so it's length times width, so it's 2 length times width. Let's put these values. Okay, SA equals 2, perimeter of the base is 6 plus 4 plus 6 plus 4, which is 20 times 10 the height plus 2 times 6 times 4. It will be 200 plus 48 equals to 248. The volume of a sphere of radius 6 centimeters is what? The volume of a sphere is equal to 4 over 3 pi r cubed. The radius is 6, so it's 4 over 3 times 6 cubed pi. So do this on the calculator without pi, just 4 over 3 times 6 cubed. You will get 288, so it's 288 pi. The sphere is placed in a cylindrical container of radius 7 centimeters filled with 1 liter of water as shown in the figure below. The new height of the water in the container is what? They said the sphere, the same sphere, okay, is placed in a cylindrical container. Okay, and they told you the volume of the water, that's all they told you. And so to use this to find the height, you know that the volume of the water is equal to the volume of this cylinder, this small one, okay, minus the volume of the sphere. So you put the volume of the water, it's 1000 centimeter cubed because they want it in centimeters. So you don't use liters here. 1000 centimeter cubed equals to volume of the cylinder is pi r squared height. Let me just write it down. Pi r squared height. So it will be 7 squared pi times the height, we're trying to find it, minus the volume of the sphere, we found it from before, 288 pi. Okay, now just move 288 pi to the other side. It will be 49 pi height equals to 1000 plus 288 pi. Divide by 49 pi. So this is the answer. You will get like 12.3. But since they said round to the nearest centimeter, it's just 12. The given system of equations has solution AB where A is positive. Find the value of A. Okay, so this is a system of equations. So it's a grade 8 material. So since they gave you y equals something, you can just substitute it immediately. So x plus 3x minus 1 squared equals to 9. So 4x minus 1 squared equals to 9. So you can square root both sides. You get 4x minus 1 equals to 3, and 4x minus 1 equals to negative 3. Okay, so 4x is going to be equal to 4, so x equals to 1. This is our first solution. And then 4x equals to negative 2, x equals to negative 1 over 2. But since they said A is positive, they just want x equals 1. Solid cylinder has a volume of 125 pi and a height of 5. The radius of the cylinder is what? So they give you the volume, so 125 pi equals to, the volume is pi r squared times the height, so pi times 5 squared, I mean no, times 5 times r squared. Pi will cancel and then you get divided 5 on both sides, you'll get r squared equals to 25, so r equals to 5 or negative 5, but you can't have a negative length, so it's just positive 5. A solid cone with height 9 centimeters is attached to the cylinder to make a new solid. The total volume of this new solid is what? So this, they said this cylinder, so it's the same one. So the volume of the cylinder is the volume of the cone plus the volume of the cylinder, and we already have it. It's 125 pi from the first part. So volume of the cone is what? It's equal to 1 over 3 pi r squared height. It's the same as the cylinder, but a third of it. So let's write it. 1 over 3 times pi times r squared. This is the radius. It's the same as the one of the cylinder. It's 5. So 5 squared times the height, which is 9. You will get, this will be 125 pi, this part, then I mean this one will be 75 pi, my bad, plus 125 pi, which will be equal to 200 pi. Okay, a solid similar to that of part B has a volume of 5400 pi. The radius of this new solid is what? Okay, similar solids, remember when you have similar solids, the side over side or the height over height, the radius over radius, all of that, it's equal to k. Okay, and the area over the area is equal to k squared, and then the volume over the volume is k cubed. Here they give us volume, so we're gonna use the last one. So 200 over 5500, it's pi, but I cancel the pi, it's equal to k, right? Okay, k cubed, I mean. So want to find k. K is the cube root of 200 over 5400. What do you get on the calculator? You get 1 over 3. So k is equal to 1 over 3. It's equal to the side from 200, with the radius from 200, which is 5, over the radius we're trying to find. So cross multiply, will get x is 15. Remember, I started with the one from 200 because when we wrote the ratio for volume, we did 200 over 5400. If you switched it, then it would be x over 5 equals to 3. Okay, this is grade 7 stuff. Remember how to solve this? You do x equals to 2.14, repeating. Then you bring the repeating part before the decimal, so you multiply by 100. 100x equals to 214.14. Then you subtract them, so it will be 99x equals to, this part cancels when they subtract, and then 214 minus 2, which is 212. So x equals to 212 over 99. What's the common ratio of the geometric progression? Common ratio is just a number divided by the number before it. So 6 divided by negative 3, it's negative 2. Given a geometric progression with g with g1 equals 3 and common ratio r equals 2, what's the value of g5? So g5 equals to g1 times r to the power n minus 1. So to be 3 times 2 to the power of n minus 1, so 5 minus 1, which is 4. So it will be 48. The first and second terms of a geometric progression are 1 over 10 and 7 over 10 respectively. What is the common ratio of this progression? So you do the second one divided by the first one to get the ratio. So 7 over 2 divided by 1 over 10 to be 70 over 2, which is 35. What fraction in lowest terms is equal to the 8th term of a geometric progression if its first term is 2 power 4 over 3 power 5 and its common ratio is 3 over 2? So use the rule for geometric progression. G8 equals 2, G1 is 2 power 4 over 3 power 5 times 3 over 2 to the power of 8 minus 1, which is 7. Do this on the calculator, you'll get 9 over 8. What's the common ratio of the geometric progression? 4, negative 12, 36. So you do negative 12 divided by 4, which is negative 3. Amount of $550 is invested at a bank that pays an annual interest rate of 7% compounded annually. The value of the money after 4 years is what? Okay, for money and compounded interest, the rule is AN, which is the money after n years, is equal to P, the original money, times 1 plus R over 100 to the power of n. So here it's after 4 years, so A4 is equal to 550 times 1 plus 7 over 100 to the power of 4. Okay, so what will you get? You get 720.937, so it's $720. Amount of $400 is invested at a bank that pays an annual interest rate of 6% compounded monthly. The final amount after 3 years is what? Okay, this is the same thing, but there is a small change. So you do the same rule. It will be equal to 400 times 1 plus 6 over 12 over 100, because it's compounded monthly. So you divide it by the number of months in a year, which is 12. So it's 6 over 12, and then to the power of not 3 years, it's 36, because in 3 years there are 12 months. So you do this on the calculator, you'll get your answer. So just for monthly, divide the rate by 12 and change n into months. Okay, in all the pictures below, the graph of y equals 0.6 to the power of x is shown as a dotted curve. Pick the picture which is accompanied by the graph of y equals 0.6x to the power of x plus 2. So it's what? It's y equals 0.6 to the power of x plus 2. When it's plus 2 on the x, it means it moves to the left 2 units. If it was minus 2, it would go to the right 2 units. Don't get this confused with when it's plus 2 like this. When it's plus 2 like this, you go upwards by y. I mean upwards by 2, and then minus 2 would be downwards. So when it's when it's on the x, it's just the opposite. It will be left instead of right. So you choose this one. The equation of the asymptote of the graph of y equals 0.6 power x plus 2 is what? The original asymptote of any exponential function, it will always be y equals 0, unless it will be y equals 0.6 power x plus 3, let's say. So the asymptote is 3. If it was plus minus 4, it will be y equals negative 4. So when it's just like this, or plus 2, assume like it's like plus 0, right? So it's y equals 0. Cone A has a height of 10 centimeters and a radius of 5 centimeters, and cone B has a height of 50 centimeters and a radius of 25 centimeters. What's the area scale factor k of these two similar cones, given that k is an integer and k greater than 1? So area scale factor means k squared, right? So let's find k first. We can do the height. Let's do height over height. So it will be, let's do height A over height B. You can either do height A over height B or height B over height A. But there's only one answer, so let's see how they want it. Height A over height B will be 10 over 50. This one will be 50 over 10. So this one will be 1 over 5, this will be 5. But look, they said k has to be greater than 1. So this is wrong, it's just 5. So this we found k is 5. They want k squared, so k squared equals to 25. In lowest terms, the volume of a sphere of radius 9 centimeters is what? So we do volume equals to 4 over 3 pi r cubed. So it will be 4 over 3 times 9 cubed times pi. And you get your answer. The surface area of a sphere of radius 3 is what? The surface area of a sphere is equal to 4 pi r squared. So it will be 4 times 3 squared times pi. So it will be 36 pi. The total surface area of a right cone is 378 pi. The radius of its base is 9. Then the measure of its slant height is what? For the cone, volume of the cone, it's the lateral area plus the area of the base, which is pi r squared. And the lateral area of a cone is pi r l, where L is the slant height. So they gave us the volume of the, oh my bad, this is surface area. Since they gave us the surface area and the radius, we can find the slant height. So surface area is 378 pi, and then it will be 9 pi l plus pi 9 squared. So you can cancel the pi here. You'll be left with 378 equals to 9l plus 81. Move the 81 to the other side. You'll get 378 minus 81, which is 297. Divided by 9, you'll get L equals 33. The volume of a right cone is 120 pi. The radius of its base 6. Then the measure of its height is what? So the volume is pi r squared times the height times 1 over 3. So to be 1 over 3 times pi times this is equal to 120 pi times pi times 6 squared times the height. Pi cancels, then you get 360 360 equals to 36 height, so we'll get that the height is 10. This is the same thing, so we do 624 pi equal to pi 1 over 3 pi times 12 squared times the height. This cancels, so then you do 624 divided by 1 over 3 times 12 squared, you'll get 13. Find the volume of a regular square pyramid whose height is 15 and length is 8. For pyramids, it's the same. It's the it's 1/3 the area of a prism. So it's 1 over 3 base area of the base times the height. It's a square pyramid. So the base is a square. So it's 1 over 3 times length times width times the height. Oh, it's a square, right? So not length times width. It's just side square. So side square. So it will be volume equals to 1 over 3 times 8 squared times 15, and you get your answer. The lateral area of a right circular cylinder whose height is 10 over pi and base radius is 9. Lateral area of a right circular cylinder is equal to 2 pi r h. So it will be 2 pi times 10 over pi times 9. So cancel, it will be 20 times 9, which is 180. What's the radius of a sphere of volume 5324 over 3 pi? So you know the volume and you want the radius, so you make it equal to 4 over 3 pi r cubed. Cancel the pi, then you do r cubed is going to be equal to, multiply this on the calculator, you will get 1331. So r is equal to the cube root of that, which will be 11. The surface area of a sphere of volume 8788 pi over 3 is k pi, where k is a constant to be determined. What's the value of k? So you want to find the surface area from the volume. So from the volume you first find the radius, then you do the surface area. So 8788 pi over 3 equals to 4 over 3 pi r cubed. It will be r cubed equals to 2197. The cube root of that, you'll get r equals to 13. Then the surface area is 4 pi r squared. So you do 4 times 13 squared, which is 676. That is the end of the quiz, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Bye bye.